Anna, I think we should go.
No, I'm not leaving without you, Elsa.
Yes, you are.
Frozen 3's on its way, and while Anna finds love with Kristoff, we can't help but wonder if Elsa will do the same. Since it's a Disney movie, we expect Frozen 3 to give Elsa the love story she deserves. But the question remains, how will Elsa find love in Frozen 3?
I woke the magical spirits at the Enchanted Forest.
Okay, that's definitely not what I thought you were gonna say. Wait, the Enchanted Forest?
Sisterly love and self-discovery are two of the major themes in the Frozen series. These ideas are well introduced in the first movie with Elsa's iconic Let It Go scene, and the revelation that Elsa's true love for Anna, not Hans's love, was what broke the curse affecting her sister. The themes from the first film are expanded upon in Frozen 2, particularly Elsa's journey to discover her true identity and her claim to Anna that she and her together make up the fifth spirit. In essence, the theme of Frozen has always been love. Love for oneself and love for one's family. Elsa doesn't require a romantic relationship because these types of love are already so strong in the Frozen series. Until recently, Disney princess movies focused almost entirely on romantic relationships, and Frozen is a good example of how a story can be just as impactful, if not more so, when its leads can evolve themselves and their non-romantic bonds. In fact, despite Kristoff's best efforts with songs like Lost in the Woods, the one romantic relationship between Anna and Kristoff from the original Frozen takes a back seat in the sequel. In other words, Elsa shouldn't be in love with anyone in Frozen 3, because that would undermine the progress the franchise has already made in terms of improved representation. However, what if she really did? Although Elsa's sexual orientation hasn't been established within the Frozen franchise, one theory suggests that Elsa's love interest may have already been introduced within Frozen 2, leading many to wonder if Elsa is gay in Frozen 3. Based on the chemistry between the two characters, Honey Marin, a North Aldra tribeswoman who is imprisoned in the Enchanted Forest by the curse, might make a cameo in Frozen 3 as Elsa's girlfriend. Since the release of Frozen, the LGBTQ+ community has identified with Elsa's storyline because she has personal goals as a Disney princess that go beyond finding a prince, don't follow social conventions, and embarks on a journey of self-acceptance. The question is Elsa going to be gay in Frozen 3? This is what people want to know, given that fans have been calling for Disney to acknowledge Elsa's sexuality since 2016, when the hashtag #GiveElsaAGirlfriend started trending. However, the studio hasn't addressed that Elsa is gay, and in fact, still hasn't. Since Elsa and Honey Marin share a connection to nature, if Frozen 3 explores her new role as the fifth spirit, Honey Marin then naturally may be introduced as Elsa's love interest.
Why do lullabies always have to have some terrible warning in them?
I wonder that all the time.
Now is the ideal time to discuss why Honey Marin would make a fantastic partner, because everyone is wondering, is Elsa gay in Frozen 3? Honey Marin is the first supporting character in the Frozen film series that seems to click with Elsa right away, in contrast to every other minor character. After Elsa subdues the fire spirit Honey Marin, Bruni and Elsa gather at a campfire to talk about the significance of the embroidery on Iduna's scarf. Honey Marin explains to Elsa the legends of a fifth elemental spirit, which is represented by the crystal at the center of the snowflake, while pointing out that the snowflake's 4 distinct crystal branches stand in the 4 elements. It's obvious during the brief encounter that the two characters bond over their shared North Aldra heritage and the love of nature, because Honey Marin makes reference to Ada Helen and sings the lullaby All Is Found, leading many to wonder, is Elsa going to find love with Honey Marin? Because Elsa has always been reluctant to share her life with others because she's worried about accidentally using her elemental magic on someone. Their instant connection suggests that one day they may become romantically involved. Given that they share the same home by the end of Frozen 2, the Enchanted Forest, Elsa and Honey Marin may end up dating in Frozen 3. Elsa finds her calling as the intermediary between the natural world and civilization after learning she's the fifth spirit. Elsa, who is aware of her place in nature, abdicates the throne of Arendelle in order to live in the Enchanted Forest, a place where elemental spirits and natural magic flourish. Since Honey Marin belongs to the North Aldra race, it's safe to assume that she'll stay in the Enchanted Forest with them even after the curse is lifted at the conclusion of Frozen 2, because the North Aldra people place a high value on the teachings of nature and their spirits. Further evidence that Elsa and Honeymaren might end up dating comes from their first encounter because it resembles the beginning of Anna and Kristoff's relationship. Kristoff serves as Anna's guide to the North Mountain when they first meet. When Honeymaren tells Elsa the stories about the fifth spirit, she also serves as her guide, though unintentionally. Both times, Anna and Elsa's potential romantic interest gave them invaluable advice. Elsa could benefit from Honeymaren's understanding of nature, the elemental spirits, and the North Aldra folklore if she were to develop a romantic interest in Frozen 3.
What if I can settle them like I did the wind and fire?
Or what if they can crush you before you even get the chance?
Though it's almost a given that Frozen 3 will be a success as well because Elsa is a well-known character outside of her sexuality and has 2 successful entries into the main narrative. Should studios finally respond to questions about Elsa's sexual orientation, she has the potential to become the first popular LGBTQ+ Disney character, and the LGBTQ+ community deserves that kind of visibility that Frozen 3 might provide. The voice of the enduring character, which has been outspoken about her desire for a 3rd installment in the cherished franchise, expressed her thoughts on the subject. I love that she was unconventional in the sense that she didn't need a prince to save the day and that it was a story about sisters, she said. But I would love her now, finally, in Frozen 3 to have a life partner. When rumors of the Ice Queen's girlfriend in Frozen 2 were dispelled by a Disney songwriter last month, Elsa's LGBT+ fanbase was disappointed. According to Kirsten Anderson Lopez, like the first movie, Elsa is not just defined by a romantic interest. There are so many movies that define a woman by her romantic interest. That's not a story that we wanted to tell at this point in time. But now the entertainment website We Got This Covered has revealed that according to unnamed sources, the intention is for Elsa to have a girlfriend in the threequel, confirming her sexuality in the process.
There's gotta be something here. Wait, look around!
Apparently, Disney wanted to give Elsa a love interest in the follow-up, but was concerned that the movie would be outlawed in some nations. Since the 2013 release of Frozen, fans have been calling for Disney to introduce Elsa to a girlfriend, and many members of the LGBT+ community have hailed the song. Let It Go is a symbol of coming out. Although it's understandable that Elsa is being pushed to become Disney's first openly gay princess, she can also play a significant and influential role as an asexual princess who doesn't require romance. You are the one you've been waiting for all of your life. The memory of Elsa's mother sings to her in the Frozen 2 song, Show Yourself, suggesting that all Elsa really needs is her own love. Of course, she also has her sister Anna's intense love. For both children and adults, this is a heartfelt and significant message. Princesses like Merida, Mona, and Rhea, however, already give excellent examples of stories and love outside of the romantic realm. On the other hand, giving Elsa a girlfriend in Frozen 3 would genuinely be a first in the canon of Disney princess films and would mark a significant improvement in representation. Consequently, even though Elsa doesn't require a girlfriend to be fully realized and an interesting character, she still deserves one if doing so will make her happy, and it could be a significant addition to Disney's library of kid-friendly films.
I'm so sorry if we did. You know, very few people are actually good at family games. That's just a fact.
No, that's not it.
No matter how the writers decide to develop Elsa, fans would probably be let down if there was yet another journey that was primarily about sisterhood. It would seem stale since it's already been done twice. However, a method for fusing the two must also exist. One might get around this to set up a conflict between Anna and Elsa by pitting the Enchanted Forest and Arendelle against one another. Another factor that will bind them together is the need to cooperate in order to save Kristoff in the event of an emergency. However, young fans would be disappointed to see Anna and Elsa not growing up together and living in close proximity to one another. The characters of Anna and Elsa are strong, and Frozen 2 left their stories open-ended enough to inspire a sequel. They need to learn how to live without the comfort of having each other nearby and still have new adventures to seek out. We'll see you in the next video.
Oh, hi. Aren't you curious?
You in a better mood now?